Even though Kim and Eminem have finalized their second divorce, Kim's back in the headlines now, and you're going to find out why when we come back.
Coming up, find out why Kim Mathers and hip-hop superstars Eminem's relationship was doomed from day one.
I don't think he knows how to treat women. Because he wasn't treated well by his mother, he just never had a loving relationship, you know, with a woman growing up.
And later, Riken Lemko talks about his on-again, off-again relationship with Lance Bass.
You know, it's a big misconception that there's been some pressure from me or that we were together for any other reason than we really liked each other.
I believe that Marshall has a lot of issues on how to express his love, and I don't think he knows how to treat women. Because he wasn't treated well by his mother and he had a lot of anger towards her, I think he just, I hate to say that he looked at me like his mom, but, you know, or viewed me like that, but he just never had a loving relationship, you know, with a woman growing up. And I think anytime that we got into a disagreement or an argument, he might have just had visions of his mom or something, or I don't know, treated me the way that he wanted to treat his mom growing up, you know, or maybe he just picked some people that he knows can't pick back at him. I'm not really sure.
We're back featuring an interview with Eminem's ex-wife, Kim Mathers. Now, for 17 years, Kim kept quiet, even while the media harassed her and painted her in a negative light. But now, after recently finalizing her second divorce from Eminem, she's decided to break her silence with us. All right, Jill, we just heard her say, and this is partly a psychiatric issue, but it's partly an entertainment issue.
Right.
She alleges that maybe Eminem's trouble is actually with his mother, which, you know, sounds like she should be in my office. But here she is in the spotlight. Tell us, is there any truth to that, given what's been reported in the past?
He certainly seems to have a volatile relationship with his mother. The movie 8 Mile was supposed to be based on his life in some ways, and Kim Basinger played his mother and was portrayed in a very negative light, shown to be a drug and alcohol abuser. Also, reportedly, his mother blamed him for his uncle's suicide, and his mother actually brought a $10 million defamation suit against him because of all the negative things he said about his mother in his music. So he's blasting everyone in his music.
Well, we actually talked to Eminem's mom getting ready to do this show, and she was, you know, for a time very hurt about these lyrics. So it's not just Kim. I mean, there are two women who are very upset. Well, in Eminem's music, he's written very hateful things about his mother and about Kim. We asked Kim how she felt about being the subject of, well, the inspiration for his songs.
I can't say what it feels like to hear my personal life put into a song. It's Marshall's version of, you know, you can take a small situation and make it into something that's way overblown and out of proportion, you know.
Well, we've been talking a lot about the way in which these lyrics that Eminem writes can hurt people, can hurt Kim. Give us, though, a concrete example, if you would.
Sure. I brought some with me. We've got part of the song 97 Bonnie and Clyde, which is written as if he's speaking to his daughter Haley, his daughter with Kim, and he writes, "Come on, hey, hey, we're going to the beach. Where's Mama? She's taking a little nap in the trunk. And Mama said she wants to show how far she can float. And don't worry about that little boo-boo on her throat."
So, like, very violent stuff.
Right, very much the song. The more you hear about it, the more it's obvious that Kim is badly injured, if not dead, and stuffed in the trunk of his car.
And, of course, people buy this stuff, and it involves his little girl. Totally inappropriate. Right. You have another example for us?
Right. Also in the song Mockingbird, he references Kim's drug use, also written as if he's speaking to Haley. "Daddy went to California with his CD and met Dr. Dre and flew you and Mama out to see me. Then you started seeing Daddy on the TV, and Mama didn't like it. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Mama developed a habit."
All right, so disclosing her substance abuse, talking about violence against women, and do you get feedback at the magazine that fans resent this, or do they just eat it up?
Fans love it. Eminem sold so many records. We've got proof in the numbers that fans love him because he's broken records with all the albums he's sold, and he's winning Grammys, so he's been rewarded by the artistic community, by the fans, and poor Kim is just kind of victimized here.
All right, as you may know, Kim has a twin sister named Dawn. She's struggled with a substance abuse problem. Investigators say in recent years that Dawn lost custody of her son, who Kim and their mother have guardianship of. Listen to this.
911, where's your emergency at? My daughter stole my husband's navigator out of the driveway and kidnapped my grandson. Okay, whose child is it? It's her son, but she doesn't have legal guardianship over him. The court took him away.
Okay, the court took the child away from
her and placed her in mine and my daughter's care, my other daughter's care.
Do you know where she might be going?
Going down to Detroit near Caju and Harper. To get drugs.
To get drugs.
Yeah, she's a real bad drug addict. She's on the bond. She's trying to find somebody to come get her, to leave my car, and take off with my nephew.
I mean, this is real gripping stuff, and it's true life. So when you report this kind of stuff, what kind of a reaction do you get from people back?
People are fascinated by Kim's life. She's had so much drama, and we always talk about stories are interesting when they have the big events, when they have marriage and children, and her story has every element to it. Her life could be a movie.
Her life could be a movie, but she doesn't want to be a star. Now, Kim and Eminem finalized their divorce in a Detroit courtroom on December 19th. Just days later, Kim was in the news again, but this time not because she was in trouble. On December 26, 2006, Kim Mather's twin sister Dawn Scott took her parents' SUV and allegedly kidnapped the son she had previously lost custody of. When police spotted the SUV at a gas station, they say Dawn fled, leading them on a brief foot chase. She was then arrested on a complaint of child kidnapping and an unrelated probation violation. All right, after we traveled to Detroit to interview Kim, she planned that she was going to travel to New York City. She wanted to join us in our studio, she said, but unfortunately, since her divorce and then her sister's arrest, she wasn't able to come. Okay, now they're divorced for the second time. Any thoughts about what's going to transpire now?
I'm sure Kim hopes that this will be the end of her life in the spotlight because she never asked for it, never invited it in. But I think as long as she has any kind of relationship with Eminem, and she will because they have children together, she's going to still be in the spotlight. And everyone's interested to see, will they get back together? Will they get married a third time?
How unusual is it for a spouse to say, no, not at all, I don't want any of it?
It's pretty unusual. Everyone today wants to be famous. Everyone's standing in line for hours to be on reality TV shows, and it's very unusual that she has fought against the spotlight so much.
Said none of it. Okay, when we were in Detroit, we asked Kim what she wanted the world to know about her.
I want the world to know that I realized that I made, mistakes. And I can't hide them, they're out there. But that I've learned from them, and that I've grown, and that I'm a wonderful, caring mom, and I just don't want people to pass judgment as soon as they see me or hear my name.
Before doing this interview with Kim Mathers, we had no idea what to expect. People really don't know who the woman behind the music and the headlines really is. After doing the interview, I found her compelling, articulate, and intelligent, and she made it clear to us that her priority was being a wonderful mother to her kids, which we applaud. We've tried to reach Eminem for a comment. He hasn't responded. However, Eminem has responded publicly that Kim's statements about his drug use, in particular, that they're untrue. I want to thank Kim for sitting down with us, and I also want to thank Jill Dobson from Star Magazine for joining us. Next